watching CNC3.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. I am Bhavita Gopalchan. Thank you so much for joining us. Former Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi, who is one of the defense attorneys for the Hadids, last night told the media that the state seemed to have deliberately delayed processing the couple before their release was rejected by the court. Al-Rawi, who spent some 6 hours at the Golden Grove prison yesterday, hoping that the orders of the High Court to immediately release their clients, Dominic and Genevieve Hadid, told reporters that the state may have been in contempt of the order after his clients were not immediately released. Shortly after the order was made, the state appealed the decision and also sought an interim injunction pending the outcome of that appeal at the Privy Council. Al-Rawi said while he was not opposed to the appeal itself, the move to prevent the Hadids from leaving the prison seemed underhanded.
Those orders were served on the Commissioner of Prisons, and as you saw, I came here to attend upon the immediate release of our clients. Unfortunately, what happened was they just simply refused to release them. Not by an overt statement, but the statements from the officers on the inside were that they had no authorization.
Al-Rawi adds that several attempts were made to get the prison to obey the order, to no avail.
We made several attempts to contact all relevant persons, attorneys at law for the Minister of Homeland Security, the Commissioner of Prisons, everyone. Suffice it to say that you saw the police come and go, and there were special branch officers that came in. They too were to and the state brought an urgent application before the Court of Appeal tonight, seeking leave to go to the Privy Council and asking for a stay of the judgment of the full Court of Appeal, which sat today.
Al-Rawi says the interim order barring his client's release will be heard at 3 p.m. today. He says the Privy Council appeal must be expedited if it is to be heard before the court goes on recess by the end of the month. If not, then it would be heard sometime after the state of emergency ends in September. Meanwhile, political leader of the National Transformation Alliance, Commander Norman Dindial, says the timing of the court denying the Hadid's freedom is suspicious.
A preventative detention order was never meant to be a substitute for investigation and prosecution. If the TTPS and the DPP had evidence, they would file charges. They have not. What we are seeing instead is the use of legal process to sustain a political narrative. And when that happens, it severely compromises public confidence in the judiciary, the DPP's office, and in the TTPS as independent bodies.
He called on the powers that be to either lay charges or release the couple. Dindial adds that it must not be interpreted that emergency powers can override the rule of law. Otherwise, the country may one day wake up to detention without charge for many citizens. On to some other developments now. Former Finance Minister Colm Imbert is criticizing government's handling of payment delays affecting workers under the National Programme for the Upkeep of Public Spaces, saying the people impacted are among the most vulnerable in society. During an opposition media briefing yesterday, Imbert read what he said was a text message sent to the workers by a government entity, acknowledging their frustration over the payment delays. Imbert said the message offered no specific date for when the outstanding payments would be made, only assuring workers that the matter was being escalated and processed.
No date has been given for such, but it should be soon. Thank you for your continued patience. Now, that is of no comfort to anyone who is living at the lowest end of the income spectrum. You're being told, we're working, no date given, but it will be soon. Absolutely ridiculous.
The National Programme for the Upkeep of Public Spaces has hired more than 1,600 workers and replaced previous programs such as CPEP and URP. General Secretary of the Prison Officers Association, Lester Logie, has doubled down on his position, insisting that he's well within his right with the association to have official correspondences on officers' welfare and operations. Logie's comments came days after the association issued a release, noting that there was no contradiction in comments made over placing Acting Prisons Commissioner Carlos Carraspe on leave and the perception of a rift within the association between the wider body. However, Logie told CNC3 News that he felt that he acted appropriately as everyone in the association continued to function professionally in their respective roles.
And I have been unwavering in my duty in conducting the correspondence on behalf of the members of the Prison Officers Association and making public statements on their behalf. I have not shirked my responsibility at no time, and I don't intend to do so going forward.
When contacted for comment, President of the Prison Officers Association, Gerard Gordon, declined to comment. However, reiterated Industrial Relations Officer for the PEO, Wendell Mitchell, said he was hopeful that all parties involved could move forward amicably with the well-being of the prison officers in mind. Well, Tobago is ready to tell its story with the presentations by villagers around the island for Heritage Festival 2026. Hundreds of people were left eager for more after a grand opening production on Thursday at Shore Park Complex. The event took on a historical and cultural showcase, exploring themes such as African identity and traditions. One of the festival's founders, George Stanley Baird, who died 2 months ago, was also featured with the story told through his eyes. Tourism Secretary Hackett told CNC3 News she's excited for the other presentations.
We saw different snippets and snapshots over the 39 years of this celebration. And what stood out for me was the fact that we honored the late George Stanley Baird, paid homage to him in this way. His wife just came and told us, how impressed she was, and the fact that she felt so honored that we celebrated him in this year.
And with the festival intended to keep history alive, Hackett was proud to see the cast of the production reflect the next generation.
A lot of what we saw on the stage were professionals. We made a large casting call, and a lot of young persons, a lot of persons who are amateurs who never did this in their life. We gave them the opportunity to go on the stage for the first time, and this is what it means to pass on the baton of our cultural heritage.
Now, the celebrations culminate on August 1st with the Emancipation Day Parade. Let's take a short break. Sport news up ahead.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800 TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800 TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry, premier insurance coverage for less.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Low energy? Heart concerns? Migraines slowing you down? It's time to take control of your health. Join Wellness Unlocked, the series that brings expert advice and real solutions for a healthier you. In our latest episode, learn how Jameson CoQ10 can help support heart health, boost energy, and even reduce migraines. Get the science, the stories, and the steps to power up your health with CoQ10. Don't miss Wellness Unlocked. Watch now on CNC3 and start your wellness journey today.
Welcome back in sport. Legendary former West Indies cricketer Sir Garfield Sobers has died. Family confirmed the national hero died peacefully at his home at Highgate Gardens, St. Michael, Barbados this morning. long regarded as the greatest cricketer ever to play the games. Surbus played 93 tests for the regional team, scored 8,032 runs, and scored a then world record of 365 not out. Surbus also took 235 wickets with both pace and spin bowling, firmly establishing himself as the greatest all-rounder to have played the game. Surbus is survived by 3 children and 6 grandchildren. Condolences go out to his family. Well, New Zealand beat West Indies by 6 wickets in the third one-day international at Providence yesterday evening to take a 2-1 series lead. The Caribbean team was sent into bat first and scored 140 in 37.1 overs. Casey Carty was West Indies' best batsman with 48, while Akeem August and Shimron Hetmeyer both contributed 26 runs each. Jaden Lennox continued his good form with the ball as he took 4 for 52. In reply, New Zealand got to 141 for 4 in 39.3 overs. Tom Latham scored 31, while Daryl Mitchell added 28. Now, Victor Lewis took 3 for 39 for West Indies to continue his impressive start as New Zealand won by 6 wickets.
Obviously, the last 2 games we didn't bat to the best of our abilities, but the conditions was very challenging. Batting first in Guyana, the thing is, the toss is a major factor, where we know the ball can spin, the pitch slow and stuff like that. And then on evenings, you get the dew factor, which is easier to bat. So saying that, I still thought that we could have, put up a better batting performance.
Well, the series switches to Barbados for the 4th and 5th ODIs starting on Sunday. Meanwhile, the West Indies have made 2 changes to their squad for the final 2 one-day internationals against New Zealand set for July 19th and the 21st at Kensington Oval in Barbados. Justin Graves and Brandon King joined the squad, replacing Roston Chase and John Campbell. Chase is still recovering from a right index finger injury sustained during the 2nd test against Sri Lanka, while Campbell is scheduled for a scan on Friday following a left hamstring injury during Thursday's 3rd ODI. Meanwhile, Carey Pear will return home after joining the squad for the Guyana leg. And FIFA will present World Cup rings to the winners of Sunday's final between Argentina and Spain, which will be attended by Donald Trump. According to the BBC, 30 rings will be made available to the world champions, and a further 1,996 rings will go on sale to fans. Each ring will include a mini World Cup trophy in its design and an engraving in the band. President Trump, who is to present the trophy, has not attended any of the 102 World Cup games so far, missing all of the USA's matches before they went out to Belgium in the last 16th. All right, well, that's it for sport. It's back to a break.
Get a loan at Bremont. The process is simple. Fast and efficient approvals. Receive funds within 24 hours once approved. And no penalty for early repayment. Located at 4 Gallen Street, Woodbrook. Remember, we like to lend.
Welcome to a new era of driving in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me introduce to you Omoda and Jayco, 2 global automotive brands, redefining style, technology, and performance. This is just the beginning.
Textbooks, screens, late nights. Your eyes work hard through every class, exam, project, and deadline. Ferrara Optical has eyewear specifically designed to reduce eye strain so nothing holds your learning back. For a limited time, youth get a free frame with lenses from just $495. Scholars get frame and lenses starting at only $750. And lifelong learners save up to 30% off your purchase of advanced lenses like Eisen and Transitions. Less strain, more focus. Your vision without limits. Visit Ferrara Optical in-store today. This promotion is NLCB approved.
Yep. Now for a look at the weather forecast. Today will be mostly sunny with periods of partly cloudy to cloudy conditions and scattered showers, especially during the early afternoon. There is a medium chance of isolated thunderstorms, mainly across southern areas. Conditions are expected to improve before evening, though a few isolated showers may continue. Seas will remain moderate with waves between 1.5 and 2 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Maximum temperatures are expected to reach 29 29 degrees Celsius in Trinidad and 31 across in Tobago. Well, thank you so much for joining us for a look at today's developments so far. We'll have these stories and so much more coming up for you in a major newscast at 7 p.m. today. Until then, have a great day.